Number one, the relationship was never secure to begin with. Ooh. Some women have a baby with a man they were never truly bonded to emotionally, psychologically, or romantically. The child was desired, the man wasn't. Once the baby is born, the temporary bond, quote unquote, dissolves and the real sentiment surfaces. My God. The real sentiment surfaces. So she basically takes the mask off. She takes the mask off and shows her true colors. That's sick. That's sick. So, number two, she expected motherhood to change the relationship and it didn't. Ooh. Wow. You know, I think this is a thing that's all too common. You know what I mean? And it's because it's so common, but yet no woman will ever be the first or the last. Like that's the sad part. That's the sad part. Because it's like you've heard the stories, you've seen it time and time again, but you just think that this will be different. I tell people in relationships or people contemplating relationships, you know, having a baby changes the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And most times it changes it for the worse. Majority of the time. I'm sorry to say it. And I mean, if anything, that's what kills relationships really, is change. And what's the only constant? Change. I know, it sucks. Number three, what would make a woman have a child with a man and then turn around and hate him? Postpartum emotions, depression, or trauma. This is a nasty one. Postpartum rage is real. Hormonal changes, stress, sleep deprivation, or untreated depression can twist how she views the father. For some women, the resentment that forms in that period never resets. Now, number four, she felt abandoned, unsupported, or judged at a vulnerable time. Now that's okay. That right there, I give him that. Under those circumstances, I could see why you would have a child with a man and turn around and hate him. You know what I'm saying? Number five, why would a woman have a child with a man and turn around and hate him? She tied her identity to control. Ooh. When a woman has spent years running the house, running the child, and running the narrative, that's a big one, running the narrative. Because who's a better narrator than a woman? Who's a better narrator than a woman? And so yeah, I think that's a real key KPI. That's a real KPI when it comes to women running a narrative. They take narratives and become track stars. So when a woman has spent years running the house, running the child, and running the narrative, and begins to lose control, especially to a father who steps up, and I think this is key. This is what I want to talk about at the end of the show. Especially to a father who steps up, can feel like a threat. She doesn't care whether she doesn't care about the fact that he steps up and wants to be a father. She cares nothing for that. That's the sad part. Hatred becomes a defense mechanism to maintain dominance. Wow. Especially in court battles. Yep. There you have it. The court, that's their playground. Number six, what would make a woman have a child with a man and turn around and hate him? Number six, guilt and shame get projected outward. Ooh, this is a nasty one. I remember taking a course some years ago, and they talked about shame is the strongest emotion. Shame is the most impactful. I wouldn't say the strongest, but the most impactful emotion on a person's psychology. You know, you can feel joy and happiness, you know what I mean? But it doesn't stick to you. It doesn't trigger you the way shame does. Shame and guilt. If she knows deep down she isn't providing structure or stability, that guilt turns into blame. Ooh, nasty. Nasty. It's easier to paint the father as the enemy than confront her own shortcomings. You hearing it from the ratchetologist himself. You hearing it? This is nasty work, and I think this is what really creates the subversive and insidious female narcissism. You know what I'm saying? This is what creates that element when they blame you for things that they do. Nasty work. Or they they rally the troops. They get everybody who knows you and everybody who loves you and is friends to you to turn against you. Nasty work. Disgusting. Very, very disgusting.